Hi there. All right, this is the third audience type that we're going to be creating as part of this video series. And we are going to start off in Business Suite as usual, head on into Ads Manager from the More Tools section. And we've talked about the hot audiences, we've talked about the cold audiences, so it's time to land in the middle. All of those people that are midway through the funnel, the MOFs, middle of funnel as they're known to super nerds. And they are people that have maybe heard of us once or twice. Maybe they've attended an event we've run in the past or bought something from us or wandered into our shop or visited our website, but it's been a while, or we're hoping to re-engage them or, get them a little further along in the journey towards action and conversion. So there's not a ton of different types here. This is the easiest one to create. We go on into our Create Audience button and we choose Lookalike Audience. Facebook calls it Lookalike, we call it Warm. And the first thing we need to do is determine the source of this Lookalike audience. Where is it coming from? How are we duplicating an existing hot audience or event and turning it into something that's similar but different? So when we choose our source, we can use a value-based source. Most of us won't have those available to us, and if that's too complicated, don't worry about it. But if you do have products set up in your catalog, if you have a pixel firing, you can go to those and utilize that as your source. In this case, I'm going to say that anyone who bought from my catalog, not my specific 360 series collection of products, but any product, and it was a purchase, or maybe they just added to cart or viewed the content. Awesome. So of those people that viewed the content of my Facebook or Instagram shop, but maybe didn't check out, I have that as a hot audience probably, or a custom audience, because those would be shop or catalog viewers and engagers. Powerful. But instead I want to create a lookalike of those people. And what Facebook is saying to me here is, well, what size do you want that audience to be? 1%? Lookalike, 10%. So we're taking from a way bigger pool of that people that might be most similar to those who were in your catalog. And I like to keep it tight if I can, but it also depends on how big my original hot audience is. If there's only 10 people that have viewed my product catalog in the month or the last year, then I probably want to go at least 10% lookalike size, not 1%. Of that small group. So it's up to you. The bigger thing here for most of us is not going to be the value-based sources, but actually just other sources where we get a big range. And probably we're going to be choosing from one of our custom or hot audiences here. The easiest one, of course, would be website traffic, if you have that running for you. And I can say, I want a lookalike of 1 to 2% of my website traffic for the last 180 days, boom, create audience. I'm going to name it accordingly. I'm probably going to change this to, as I do, warm, lookalike, all website traffic, 180 days. And in fact, I think I have one by that exact same name. Let's see our warms. Here we are, warm, 1% lookalike, all website traffic. I also have 1% of our Instagram page engagers for the last 180 days, and then our Facebook engagers for the last 180 days. I also have, if you're, feeling adventurous, I have a couple cold audiences that are built on lookalikes, and they are in the 2 to 3%. So what I'm saying is they're not quite as warm because they're that bigger, broader pool of 2 to 3 to 5% of an audience set. That's just a bigger swath of a potential population. So again, I wouldn't really consider them warm. It's kind of cold, stab in the dark. Now remember that we can't determine locational target at this stage. We're going to have to do that when we're building the actual ad. So like I said, lookalike audience creation is very simple. And as long as you know what your source is and that you've got it created in advance, it's very easy. And then from there, when you're actually utilizing that audience and going to boost that post or run that ad campaign, you can say you want them to live in this area and be that age and run your budget, this duration, etc. So lots of additional filtering that comes later on with the lookalikes. Don't underestimate these though. They can be that fantastic middle point between getting someone to barely know you and get to know you to purchase. There's got to be some nurturing along the way in there. And you might upload your mailing list and consider that a warm audience, not a hot. But it's totally up to you. It's just important to have something here in the middle, and I'd really encourage you to put these to use in your ads so that you get practice in further filtering those lookalike audiences at the ad level. The last video in this series is going to take us through these micro geo targets, which I can't wait to show you. This is the coolest thing going, where you can literally land your target on a building. I will see you in that video, and we'll round out a killer set of audiences for your ads manager. Thanks.